Good day to all. Today we are going to start the first chapter of class 11, that is the living word. Now, before starting the chapter, we will talk about a very important scientist, and the name of the scientist, as you see here, is Carolus Linnaeus. Now, Carolus Linnaeus was the scientist who gave the binomial nomenclature. Now, what is binomial nomenclature? It is the method of giving the two words to a biological name. Now, in detail, we will talk about it later. Second, what was the important contribution of Carolus Linnaeus? He was the person who first classified plants and animals, and the book name was Systema Naturae. Now, when we start the chapter, we will divide this chapter into two broad topics. The first topic is diversity in the living world. These topics we will cover under it. And the second part is the taxonomic categories. We will talk about all the topics and the subtopics which are covered over here. Now, first we will start with the topic which is called as biodiversity. Now, coming to the term biodiversity, what is biodiversity? See, the earth has many organisms, many living organisms are there. Now, what are the type of organisms which are present on earth, and what is the number of each organism? So, if we include all these things, then that is called as basically biodiversity. So, that is why it is said that in biodiversity, we will include the number of organisms as well as we will include the type of organisms. Now, do we know all the organisms which are present on the earth? No. We know only a part of the organisms. And what is the number of organisms that have been described or discovered till now? The number is 1.7 to 1.8 million. So, still there are many organisms which require to be discovered and described. So, this particular thing is called as biodiversity. Now, after this, we will move to the second term, that is nomenclature. Now, what is nomenclature? Now, once an organism is discovered, we need to describe it and we need to give a particular name to it. Now, the process of giving a standard name to an organism which is discovered, that is basically nomenclature. Now, if nomenclature has to be done, what are the things that have to be done before nomenclature? So, we have to identify the organism. So, that means if nomenclature is done, then before doing nomenclature, we need to do identification. Now, what is identification? Identification is basically to recognize organism, that is, we are naming which organism. So, until we identify an organism, we could not do the nomenclature. So, identification comes earlier than the process of nomenclature. Now, how is nomenclature done? There are some agreed principles and the processes. So, there are books or codes we can say. Now, what are the codes? The method or the principles required for naming animals is given in a book, and the name is ICZN. So, ICZN is what? It is International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. So, all the principles and criterias for naming of animals is given in this particular ICZN. Now, similarly, if we want to name plants, then the name is ICBN. It is International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. So, these are the two codes which specify the naming of animals as well as plants. Now, for doing this nomenclature, what is the process which we follow? That process was given, as we said in the initial part, it was given by Carolus Linnaeus, and that particular process is called as binomial nomenclature. Now, in this we will see what exactly is binomial nomenclature. So, starting with very basic of this binomial nomenclature, the word binomial means two. So, whenever we will name a living organism, how we will name it? We will give two words to it. So, what will be the first word? First word will be the generic name. It is also called as genus. So, it is the first word. What is the second word? Second word is specific epithet. It is also called as species. So second word is specific epithet, and it is also called as species. So as per binomial nomenclature, any living organism will have two words. The first will specify the genus and the second will specify the species. Now, let us see some examples of it. The first example that we see here is mango. It is called as Mangifera indica. So, surely Mangifera is the first word and it obviously signifies the genus of this particular plant. The second word is indica. Indica specifies the species, and that is how we get the full name under binomial nomenclature, that is Mangifera indica. Similarly, other names are given. For humans, we use Homo sapiens. Obviously, Homo is the generic name and sapiens is the species over here. Similarly, we can look into wheat. Wheat is called as Triticum aestivum. Triticum is the genus and aestivum is the species. Similarly, potato is known by the name of Solanum tuberosum and lion is known as by the name of Panthera leo. Correct.